Hi everyone, my name is Lizzie and I will be guiding you through this yoga practice today. This sequence will be approximately 30 minutes long and we'll have a focus on using deep breath work to guide us through fluid motions. And there are no props needed for this class. Of course, if you have props available to you, it's always nice to have them at hand in case you feel at some point during a pose you would like them. And as always, I advise you to be mindful of your bodies. If you have any injuries or you're just not really feeling completely right in your body today or anything at all, please be careful with what you're doing. And if there's any pose or movement that does not feel comfortable for you in your body, then please either take a step back or skip the pose. This is your practice and I want you to achieve the best that you can out of it. So with that being said, please come and join me in a comfortable seated position. It can be cross-legged on the floor, one foot in front of the other, or one foot crossed on top of the other, kneeling, whichever way suits you best. And please just join me as we take 3 deep grounding breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale all the way down into your stomach. Really fill your lungs. Exhale, sigh it out. Take a final breath here. Now we're going to move over to the side, tuck our legs underneath themselves and come into a kneeling position. Now if kneeling in any way feels uncomfortable for your knees, please feel free to sit in whatever position is comfortable for you. The next sequence can be done from whichever seated position you prefer, but I am going to do it from my knees. And so on an inhale, I invite you to lift your arms up towards the sky. And with an exhale, drop the right hand towards the left knee, left hand towards the ground. Look over that back shoulder. Inhale, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, drop the left hand to the right knee. Look over that right shoulder. Inhale, hands up towards the sky. And repeat this motion, lowering on an exhale, rising on an inhale. Follow at your own breath, the rhythm of your own breath, and if you can, try to make your exhale slightly longer than your inhale. When we lengthen our exhale, we send a signal to our nervous system that we are okay, we are calm. Now is time to rest and heal. Take a final stretch up towards the sky. Reach those fingers as if you could touch the clouds. And on your next inhale, press up through your hips, reaching forwards. And now imagine that there is a string coming from your belly button, reaching towards the wall or the floor in front of you. And imagine it's pulling so that you're really pressing forward with your hips. And reach upwards with your chest. Look up. On an exhale, tuck your toes underneath you and lean back down. So you're kneeling now with toes tucked under. Inhale, lift up towards the sky. Exhale, come back down. Inhale. And exhale, one last time. Inhale. And exhale. Now in your own time, come over to all fours we're going to do a few rounds of cat and cow. So on an inhale, drop the belly button, drop the spine, belly button towards the navel, heart between the shoulders. Look forward. Exhale, round that spine and press up between your shoulders, navel towards the spine. Exhale, round through, heart reaching forwards. Exhale, round through that spine, nose towards your navel. And then come back to a flat back. Tuck the toes under and we're going to come back into downward facing dog. We're not going to do too many downward dogs today, so really enjoy how this feels. Maybe paddling out your feet. Bend your knees as much or as little as you need to. Remember, it's more important that you keep integrity in your spine and that you keep a flat back rather than reaching your heels towards the floor. Ground down through your fingers. One last inhale here. And one last long exhale. On your next inhale, slowly walk forward to the top of the mat. Inhale, hands to your thighs. Look forward with a flat back, navel towards the spine. Exhale, fingertips towards the ground. Bend the knees and slowly roll up vertebra by vertebra, shoulders and head coming up last. Now take your feet either together or hip width apart, whichever feels more comfortable for you. We're going to take a few rounds of a variation of half Sun Salutation. So I invite you to, on an inhale, lift your hands towards the sky, look up. Exhale, draw hands down through heart center, interlace those hands, bend the knees, and as you press those hands up towards the sky, straighten those legs once more. Exhale, spread the hands, come down through a flat back. Inhale, look up, navel towards the spine. And slowly lift all the way back up to standing, maintaining a flat back. If you feel any pinching or tension in your back lifting like that, feel free to round up, so vertebra by vertebra. Take care of yourself. We'll go once more. Inhale, hands towards the sky. Exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale, interlace those hands, press up towards the sky. Exhale, hands separate, swan dive down. Fingers touching the floor, knees bent as much as you need to. Inhale, straighten those legs, come up through a flat back, pulling your navel towards your spine. Exhale, fingertips towards the floor. No, sorry, I'm doing normal Sun Salutations now. So flat back. Inhale, come all the way back up to standing, roll the shoulders down and back. And inhale, bend the knees, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, draw hands through heart center. Inhale, interlace your hands, reach up towards the sky. And as you press up, if you want to add on, come onto your tiptoes, reach, really feel that stretch. It's okay if you fall. Exhale. Hands to the side, swan dive down, fingers tips to the floor. Inhale, come up through a flat back. And now, if you have any problems with your back, just continue as you have been doing. But if you want to add on, you can extend those arms forwards, really contract your core, lift up to standing. Exhale, hands through heart center. We'll do 2 more rounds. If you feel you understand the flow, feel free to go at your own pace. Otherwise, continue to follow me. So we inhale, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, hands through heart center. Interlace those palms, push up towards the sky, come onto your tiptoes. Exhale, swan dive forward, fingertips towards the ground. Inhale, come up through a flat back. Exhale, extend those arms, rise all the way to standing. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Inhale, lift the hands towards the sky. Exhale, down, hands down through heart center. Interlace those hands, reach them up towards the sky. Exhale, swan dive down, fingertips touching the floor. Inhale, come up through a flat back. Engage the core, extend those arms. Rise all the way to standing. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Breathe here. Notice how that feels in the body. On the next inhale, raise the hands up towards the sky. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, swan dive forward, fingertips towards the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, flat back. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, fingers towards the ground, walk back into plank. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, push back into downward facing dog. Yep. Exhale, push back into downward facing dog. Take 3 deep breaths here. On an inhale, look between the hands, step forward with the left foot, bring the right knee towards the ground, come up into a low lunge, making sure to keep the left knee above the left ankle and no further, no beyond. Draw the left hip back and the right hip forward, engage that core. And exhale, bring your hands down and rotate that back leg into about a 45-degree angle and straighten that left leg, keeping a micro bend to protect the knee. And reach the arms out to the side. And we're going to take some light swaying motions here. So on an inhale, we're going to lower towards the left and reach our right towards the right and reach our left hand up to the sky. Inhale, exhale, come back towards center. Inhale, lower towards the left, maybe dropping that left hand onto the left leg. Look up towards the right hand. Exhale, hands in a T shape. Inhale, maybe dropping that right hand down to the ground. Look up towards that left hand. Exhale, hands in a T shape. Inhale, right hand, left leg, look up to the right. Exhale, in a T shape. Keep flowing at your own rhythm. Maybe with a count of 4 on the inhale and 5 on the exhale. And remember to keep your core engaged to help lift you up. If you feel that this is too much for you, make your movements smaller. There's no need to push yourself all the way. On an exhale, come back to a T, step that left foot in to meet your right. And on the next inhale, step that right foot out to the side, straighten it, but keep a micro bend in the knee. Reach those arms out to a T, and we're going to take that same motion. Inhaling to lower, exhaling to rise. Inhale to lower, exhale to come back to a T. Inhale to the right, right hand, right leg. Exhale to a T. Inhale, left hand to the floor. Exhale, look up, hands to a T. And next exhale, come back to a T shape. Bend that right knee and turn that left foot so you're back in your lunge position facing the back of the mat. Draw that left foot, that right hip back, and draw that left hip forward. Breathe here. Think of your breath as a massage tool. And wherever you feel tension, try to guide and breathe your breath into that area. On an exhale, bring your hands down to the ground. Tuck your right foot back, turn over and lower yourself all the way to the ground. I invite you to plant both feet on the ground. We're going to take our last few stretches before coming into Shavasana. So pull that right leg in towards your chest. Give it a hug. And now flexing that right foot, plant it on top of the left leg. And now you might already be feeling a very intense sensation in your thigh. If you are, and you feel that this is enough for you, then please stay here. If you feel like you'd like a little bit more, you can step that left leg closer in towards you. Or if you need more still, you can lift that leg up off the ground, pulling the shape towards your chest. And from here, you can loop your hands underneath your thigh or underneath your calf, or on top of your calf, whichever is more comfortable for you. For me, I can reach around my calf, but sometimes taking a step back, it feels more calming sometimes. So experiment and see what feels good for you. And you might want to, with that right elbow, press into that right leg to open up the hip a little more. The most important thing here is remembering to keep that right foot flexed. The left foot can be loose, but we need the foot that is on top, the right foot, to be engaged and active in order to protect our knee. Breathe here. On your next inhale, lower that left foot back to the ground. Now you might want to pick your hips up and move them a little bit over to the right before we drop this whole shape down towards the left. Our right foot touching the floor, if possible. If your foot is still up here or you're struggling to get that foot to the floor, you can always grab a book or a block and place it underneath that foot. And from here, you want to reach your right hand out towards the side, and your left hand can either be on your left foot, or you might want to use it to open that left leg out a little more by putting a little pressure on the top of your leg. For me, my feet are pretty slippy, so I prefer to hold on to my ankle in this pose. to stop them from sliding around. Our next inhale, lift back up towards center, straighten your spine, and let that right foot fall down towards the ground once more. Repeat on the other side. Draw the left leg in towards the chest. Flex that foot, cross it on top of the right leg, and either stay here, or if you want, lift that foot off the ground and clasp your hands wherever feels comfortable for you, remembering to flex through that left foot and maybe pushing open with your left elbow on that left leg. Breathe here. And one side might be a completely different experience from the next. That's completely okay and normal. It's quite common that we have one side that is a bit stiffer than the others. And next exhale, drop the right foot down towards the ground. Shift your hips over towards the left and then flip that shape onto the ground. Holding with your right hand to push that leg open or holding at the ankle. Or the foot. It's all about making it feel good. On your next inhale, lift the shape back up to center and pull your both knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a hug and rock back and forth a little bit to give a massage to your lower back. Then inhale. Your next exhale, straighten yourself out and let your body relax on the floor. Legs extended, arms extended, and just rest here. This is our final pose, our resting position. So get yourself as comfortable as you want right now. If you need a blanket or a jacket, feel free to go and grab those. And take this moment to simply check into how the body is feeling after that practice. How is your heartbeat? Is it fast or is it slow? Is there any tension lingering anywhere in your body? And if there is, can you breathe into it or just observe it? You don't need to be doing anything right now. Any thoughts that drift into your mind about what you've been doing or what you need to do, just notice them. Give them a little wave and let them continue on like leaves floating down a stream. You don't need to pay attention to them right now. This is your time, and in this space, you are safe. Did I hear that shutting off? No. Gently start to bring your awareness back to the room. Notice the sounds around you. Slowly bring motion into your hands and feet, maybe giving them a little rotation. And when you're ready, roll over onto whatever side feels most comfortable for you. And then slowly press yourself back up to a seating position. Now let's take a moment just to give ourselves a little bit of self-care. So we're going to give ourselves a little face massage. So if you rub your cheeks, your jaws, along your jawline, your chin, your nose, your eyebrows, your forehead, your temples, in front and behind your ears, your head, that line under your skull, at the base of your skull. I hold a lot of tension here, so it feels really good. Your neck. And then tap into your shoulders a little bit. It's quite common to hold a lot of tension here. And giving them a good tap can be really relieving. And then when you're ready, bring your hands to heart center and thank yourself for giving yourself the time to practice today. I thank you so much for joining me.